So the Corps of Discovery, the expedition stayed here at Station Camp here on the, well, today's the Washington side of the river, from November 15th to November 25th. They, Lewis and Clark again took precise latitude and longitude measurements. The fact that they had now come all the way across the North American continent to the Pacific Ocean is going to give the United States a much better claim to this land, what is Oregon country. A lot of people were claiming this land here. The Spanish still were for a few more years, up until the Transcontinental Treaty. The Russians were all up in here, right? The British are claiming it, and the United States is making some vague claim to it. But that vague claim now got a lot more sturdy as we actually mapped the entire region. Because remember, all this is still technically Spain, even though there's others living here. And so, anyhow, they had to decide where they were going to spend the winter. And the choices were we either stay right here and spend the whole winter here, or we go back across the river onto the, what is now the Oregon side. We go on that side of the river and we find a spot, or we leave and we go back up the Columbia away from the coastline. Sorry about the traffic. Away from the coastline and all the wind and rain and everything, and we go back up where it was nicer. So that was the decision to make. They actually took a vote, and if you look, can you show the vote? I don't know if you can. So that's just a document there. That's William Clark's tally of the poll results. They took a vote. Lewis, before they voted, so they didn't, the captains didn't decide, they let everybody decide for some reason. Lewis said, you know what, I would like to stay here, because somewhere around here, because there might be some traders, some European vessels coming here, which he was still hoping for, right? And he also said, we can go further up the river, but we're in no hurry. We can't leave until the snow breaks right at the end of the winter to get across the Rockies. So we're in no hurry, people, right? And so in the end, when they voted, Sacagawea, right, a teenage native woman got her vote counted. York, who was a slave, an African slave, his vote counted as well. And so a lot of historians make something of this, that it's the first time a woman voted or a slave voted. I don't know if that's important or not. They're just voting on where to camp. But in the end, the majority voted to cross the river. And one of the reasons was you got the Chinook Indians over here, and they were a bunch of thieves. There were deer around here, but that was about it. The river is a great dividing point. There's game, big game cannot get across the river. So on the other side of the river, you had a lot of elk. Elk are bigger and, provide more food. And also over there, you have the Clatsop Indians. It was the Chinook here, the Clatsop over there. And the Clatsop, so far their brief introduction to the Clatsop Indians had been a good one. And they seemed like they weren't thieves and they were good folks. And so the decision was made, let's spend the winter with them, with the elk, instead of over here with the deer and the Chinook.